Children of the earth tribe, rise up, rise up. Children of the earth tribe, rise up. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on today. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like riddle with a C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. Today I'm going to do the collective reading for Aquarius. Aquarius. Sun, moon, sun, moon, rising in Venus. Doesn't matter if you're a man dealing with a man, a woman dealing with a woman, a woman dealing with a man, or a man dealing with a woman. We're just going to read for the Aquarius collective, see what sort of messages that Spirit has for y'all today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. I am over halfway to a community tab. I got to get to 500 subscribers for a community tab, and I'm super excited about it. Super excited about it. Having a community tab will give me options of sharing, more options of sharing. Sharing music, sharing other creator content that I think is inspiring. Sharing how my day was or what any updates about my channel. Just sharing. So if you could subscribe or hit that little like button, share with your friends, and all that good stuff. Drop down and say hello. That would be awesome. So Aquarius. Universe, please use me as a conduit to express the best message for Aquarius's personal growth today. Please and thank you. So mote it be. Amen. I have to tell you, I had a dream last night that I was moving. I was moving into a different house, and in the bottom of this house, like, there's this spiral staircase full of books, and in the basement room, like in a corner, was a lion. Like, I found a lion in this house that I was moving to. Or so it might be about, like, it was like a tired, kind of malnutritioned lion. It's like, I feel like a lot of you are getting tired. There's a lot of, like, the strength, you know, the lion, the Leo card, the strength card. I feel some of you feel really tired and maybe abandoned or weak. But man, it didn't make me any less scared when I ran across that lion in my dream, man. It didn't matter that it wasn't, you know, a full, healthy, fierce lion. That motherfucker was still fierce. That lion still had that energy, you know. I was still like, oh shit, there's a fucking lion. So some of y'all just might be getting just feel really tired, worn down, maybe abandoned, left behind. But that lion's still a lion, man. That strength is still there. So I don't know who that applies to, but I figured I would share. Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? Oh, the sun in reverse, huh? Feeling like it's always going to be raining. Feeling like you're living in Washington, that the sun doesn't shine. Or even when it does shine, there's still water pouring from the sky. Not very happy. You have the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Sun in reverse. Like, ouch, Leo. Or Leo. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo. Aquarius, what the fuck? For me to say Leo. Some of you guys might be going through a divorce. Going through some sort of breakup. Something that generally does not make you feel very happy. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. We got the Hangman, not being able to see it. any other way, not wanting to look at it in any other perspective, not sure how you're going to turn this sun upside down. Something you put a lot of time and investment into. You thought was your end all be all. You might have somebody coming to you asking for your forgiveness. But it's always better to not treat people how they treated you, you know? That doesn't mean that you can forgive and, you know, just forget and let it all go. You know, you can accept their apology, but that doesn't mean you have to go back. It doesn't mean that you're going to change how you feel about the situation that's going on, you know? Two of Swords, yeah, you don't want to hear it. You're not going to be put in between the he said, she said. You don't want to hear whatever this apology is that they have, man. You got the 8 of Cups. So you are definitely walking away from something that you thought was your end all be all. There's definitely a walking away here. You also might not want to hear about how it's going to get better, about how it's going to, you know, how you might not see it right now, that it's going to get better. You just don't see, you don't want to see it, and you don't see it. You don't want to hear it. Sometimes it's all right. Like, sometimes we need to leave people alone if they're in mourning, you know? But you have the 3 of Cups. I really feel like that's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing that how this is actually to your benefit, you know? It might feel like it's always going to be cloudy. But it can't rain all the time, right? The 2 of Pentacles. Looks like you're starting a new, some sort of new, tangible. He's got all the tools, but he hasn't made them into anything yet. He just received the tools. You know, you got all your pieces, but you haven't put them in the puzzle yet. You're just kind of sitting there staring at your pieces, wondering how they go together. You know, how do those pieces fit together? Yeah, something, whatever it was that made you really unhappy was something really false. And you just feel, it makes you feel, we got that Lion, the Strength in reverse. I just feel like this real defeated, kind of abandoned, like malnutrition Lion. You don't know, you're not seeing things, or you don't want to see things for the potential that you have now. For, like, sometimes everything has to fall apart in order for it to fall into place, you know. But then in the middle of it falling apart, we don't want to hear about how it's going to fall into place. You know, most of the times, I don't know if you notice this, but when people are in a really bad mood, or if they're really super sad, like, and you try to cheer them up, it doesn't make them any happier. It just makes them think you're annoying. You know, anybody that throws any kind of, you know, when I'm in a bad mood, and, you know, or my mom's like, well, you should take your own advice. You can't have a bad day with a good attitude. You know, even though I know it's true, like, I still don't want to hear it, you know. So you might be having people that are trying to give you advice about something, and you just don't want to hear it. Like, your joyful attitude is really fucking with my negative outlook, you know. And it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Yeah, I feel like you feel like you are defeated, like you are in a losing battle. You don't see how you're going to pull out of this. Yeah, with a 10 of wands. You are stuck in this mental prison, but the thing about being stuck in this mental prison, man, that golden fleece is right there. The only prison that he's in is in his mind, man. The only prison that we are usually in is in our minds. But I really feel that there was something that was your end-all, be-all, that you thought was your forever, your 10 of cups, like you were happily ever after. But what you're not seeing, because we have the hangman right here with the 3 of cups, what you're not seeing is that there's calmer waters on the other side of this. You're not seeing that there's calmer waters there. You're not seeing that you could take all those swords that were put in your back and plug up your boat and move into calmer waters. You're not seeing that you can break yourself out of this cage at any time that you want, out of this mental prison that you're in. It's really hard to see how beautiful the puzzle pieces are when you're a puzzle piece, you know? But have you ever seen a puzzle that's missing a piece? Yeah, you feel real like your wishes, you're sending your wishes to the sky, asking God why, asking universe why. You know, it's like she's sitting there with that cup. Does he love me? Does he love me not? Does he love me? Does he love me not? You know? Like picking flowers, petals from a flower. Looking at this cup with all these cups that she's left behind, all the cups that she's got, but she's just looking at this one cup, you know? Kind of reminiscent. Very reminiscent. Switch decks. What else can we tell the Aquarius collective out there, universe? Yeah, you just don't see, you're not having the clarity. You're kind of judged, or not judged, or you're being judged, for me to say that. Like you're clouded. Your judgment is clouded. Like your mind is on fire. Your judgment is clouded. You're not seeing any way of happiness. You're not seeing how this can turn into any sort of happiness. And even if somebody is trying to show you about the happiness, like you don't want to see it. But I mean, that's pretty typical. When people are in a bad mood, they don't want people that are in a good mood coming around them trying to cheer them up, you know? Like your cherry atmosphere is totally ruining my bad attitude. But you want to put this to bed. You want to put this to rest. Maybe your mind just needs some rest. Maybe you just need to get some good sleep. Aquarius, put on some binary tones. Take some deep breaths. Curl up with your kitty. Put it to bed. Let your mind rest. I just feel like you're really tired. You feel really tired and defeated and kind of just malnutritioned and abandoned and not seeing any way out of it. Not seeing, you know, not seeing any options. Not sure which options to take. So you're not juggling with the decision, but you don't see the options. What else can we tell the Aquarius gang universe? Yeah, you're just not seeing how you're going to get out of whatever this situation is, how you're ever going to be happy again. Like you are in, well, the Aquariuses that I'm reading for are in this, not sure how it's going to get better, not sure how you're ever going to find this Ten of Cups. You thought this Ten of Cups was your end-all, be-all, you know. Not sure if you have the strength to make it through, just as I say strength. I have strength in reverse. Huh. Not sure if you're going to have the strength to make it through. To rebuild, to refine, to reconnect, to start over, you know? But you have the Six of Cups. You have the Six of Cups twice, so. And you have the Magician on the cut there. You have all the tools. You know, sometimes when we pray, you know, we're like, God, please give me, please do this or this or this, you know, and usually it's not that we end up getting exactly what we want, but we end up getting the tools to be able to create what we want. If we're like, God, please give me patience. Please, I need some patience today. He's not just going to miraculously give you more patience. He's going to give you situations that test your patience, that help you increase your patience, you know? Or universe, however you want to say it. Things that make you build your patience. I need more strength. Is going to give you more things that make you need more strength to build your strength. You have the Knight of Wands in reverse. I just feel like some of you just don't want to. You don't know how you're going to do it. You don't have the strength to do it. You don't want to do it. You know, there's so much like angst and like internal turmoil. You don't see how any of it's ever going to get better. You feel like there's always it's just going to be shit forever. Why is everybody shitting on me, you know? But you have the Empress. Everything happens for a reason, man. You know, if you were in a relationship and you kept asking God for, you know, a change in this person, well, it's up to universe how it responds to that, you know? Most of the times it's not in the ways that we like. But you still get exactly what you ask for. Just got to be mindful of the words that you use, you know, like in the craft where she was like, oh, every time I pray for rain, and then the sprinklers go off in my room. The fire sprinklers will go off in the room, you know? But you'll have new opportunities for love. You'll have opportunities for greater love. You just don't see it. You have the Hangman in reverse. You just don't see how that's ever going to be possible. I just really feel like this you just don't see how it's ever going to be a rainbow after the storm. Like, you don't see how you don't think that the sun's going to come up tomorrow, you know? You don't feel the sunshine coming up tomorrow. You don't see how this is going to be in a year from now, in 2 years from now, much less 5 or 10 years from now. You just feel like you don't have the strength to do it. But I'm telling you, even as a malnutrition, when I ran in my dream, when I ran across that freaking lion, it didn't matter that he was malnutritioned. It was still a lion, you know? And we have the Hermit. I'm pretty sure that's your advice, really, is to just go and take the time to be inside yourself. To find yourself again. To be in yourself, to find yourself. Especially if you're coming out of some sort of breakup or divorce. You know, we spend so much of our time like creating ourselves with somebody else that when we lose that person, or if we lose that person, then we don't even know who we are anymore. That's why it's really important to already have yourself established before you enter into a relationship. Because if you don't know who you are before you get into a relationship, and you get into a relationship with somebody else, then you turn into this person, this other person, this person that is created by another person. And then if that person goes away, well, then you're stuck trying to find yourself again, you know? So I feel like a lot of you are needing to go find yourself again after this ending. I know that feeling, that like lost feeling, like you don't know what to do with yourself now. You know, well, who do I talk to now? Who do I go home and tell my stories to now? Who do I talk about my day to? Who do I snuggle up with? Who, you know, it's like those pieces of you, like your life is built around somebody else. Well, now who do I talk to? Find yourself again, Aquarius. Maybe some of y'all need to go on a date with your child, you know? Go take your kid out. Go have a good time. Go remember what it's like to be a kid. I really think that's where you'll find your 10 of Cups, is with children. You know? Is being around youthful children, being around your nephews, your cousins, you know, if you're an aunt or an uncle, you know, go be an aunt and or an uncle, you know, go on an adventure with a child to rediscover like the childlike energy, you know, go rediscover what it's like to be a kid. Like, do you remember what you were doing when you were like 8 years old? Do you remember playing imagination in your backyard? You know, tap back into that younger, youthful energy. What can we get from the angels, universe? What sort of messages does the angels have for Aquarius? Aquarius. Aquarius. Angels, what do you have for Aquarius today? It says release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and receive the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. And ask with fresh air. So ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request. That's the one thing about angels and spirit guides and stuff like that. Like, they can't just meddle in our affairs. You know, we have free will. They can't. It's like, have you ever tried to help somebody that didn't want your help? You know, when they didn't ask you for help and you try to help them and they don't want it and they refuse it, and then we get upset about why, you know? It's because they didn't want the help in the first place. So it's kind of redundant to help people that don't ask for it, you know? And then if somebody does ask us for help or whatever, and then we help them and then they don't take the help that we need, that's how I feel like our ancestors and angels kind of look at us, you know? But they can't come in and meddle in your affairs unless you ask them to. You have to actually give them permission. Like angels, spirit guides, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates within your soul, you know? That I need your assistance. Please help me. Help me with this. Help me understand this. Give me guidance. They can't just come in and meddle in your affairs without your permission. They'll give you little clues or whatever, but if you really need some help, make sure you ask. And fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature, nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. Sometimes just sitting in the sunlight. And we have family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. Let me get one from the Spiritual as Fuck deck. What do we got here? It says, be a badass love beam today. That's right. Today it's your job to fill every room you go in with laser beams of love. If you can't do laser beams, then make your heart a bubble machine and fill the room with bubbles. If that doesn't work for you, then you should bring donuts to work. Donuts make almost everyone happy. Go forth with your mission, Grasshopper. And it says, you are a product of what you believe. If you think you're a turd, you're probably going to act like a turd, treat yourself like a turd, and accept turd treatment from others. Why the fuck would you do that? First off, you're not a turd. It's physically impossible to be a turd and a sentient being at the same time. But even if you have been kind of a turd, even if you have been kind of turdy, you believing that you're golden will bring on all that golden behavior and that golden treatment. Today, just believe you are golden. If you liked it better there, go back to Turd Town tomorrow. Let's get one more. Holy shit, you are enough. What would happen if you let yourself drop all the reasons you've made up about why you're not good enough? What if you tried it just for today? Just for today. You can always go back to believing you're not enough tomorrow, but you may find you like the way it feels to like yourself, like really, really like yourself. Kind of nice, right? Let's read that one again. What would happen if you let yourself drop all the reasons you've made up about why you're not good enough? What if you tried it just for today? You can always go back to believing you're not good enough tomorrow, but you may find that you like the way it feels to like yourself. Like really, really like yourself. Kind of nice, right? Just for today. Even if it's just for today. Even if it's just for 15 minutes of today. And you do it again tomorrow for as long as you can do it. See how that feels. I love you guys. And on that note, I'm out. Please remember to like, share, or subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, you can't have a bad day with a good attitude. And you can't have a good day with a bad attitude. I love you guys. Vroom, beep, beep.